Okay, we're at Fairwood Drive, and I am checking a crawl space for Kenny Grant. There's a little step down as you come in. Makes it easy to get in and out of the crawl space. You can see here, there is some, looks like old wood. All right, and so I'm at the back of the house. If you're looking at the house from the street, I'm at the back right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way along the back of the house, moving towards the left side of the house, and then I'm just going to go around in a counterclockwise. There's plenty of room here. Before I go too much further, measure the joists. All right, and they are 2x10s. And I'm going to leave the measuring tape right here at the door. There's no sense in taking that with me because I'll lose it. So far, nothing of concern. Looks like there's a quarter beam here. There's some old deteriorated wood there. Okay, so now we're back. We are back. Looks like there's a fireplace here. If you're looking at the house, we would be on the back right side of the fireplace. There's some subflooring there. There's a little bit of damage to the joist there. And a little tiny bit there. So that's 1, 2. This one definitely has got some damage right there. And that is the, okay, and there's another one there. So we have it's discolored and it is a little deteriorated, but it's not horrible. I think we could bridge something in here. The sill plate looks good. The end of the joist is compromised. And the sill plate there is discolored, but it is not compromised right there by the chimney. So looking at the house, to the right of the chimney, first joist, second joist, third joist, fourth joist. We could probably do about an 8-foot section, just because it's the end, it doesn't need to go all the way out. However, there's electrical lines here, plumbing lines here, and there's some duct work. So we're going to have to work around that. I think we can work around the ductwork without removing that, but we're going to have to take out the pipes and perhaps the electrical work. At least cut it loose, get it out of the way. We might have to cut it and get it out of the way and then splice it back in. So definitely there. But it stops about right here, which is about 4 feet. So if we go 8, I think we'll be okay. Do those joists. All right, and now I'm at the chimney, and I can see the floor under the chimney has been repaired before. Looks like it was, that's a kind of a really janky repair here. This is, if you're at the front of the house, if you're at the front of the house looking back, it would be right in front of the fireplace. a real janky repair there. That doesn't look good to me at all. So on both sides. And then after that, it looks good. Okay. I'm continuing up. Now I'm at the chimney to the left of it. If you're in front of the house looking back, I'm to the left of the chimney. Got some camel crickets right there. All right. Just a tiny bit on the end of this joist. I don't think that's anything to worry about. The sill plate here is gone. And the band board here is gone. And it's been replaced here, but they didn't do that piece there. So we need about a 2-foot section of sill plate. Maybe the reason why they didn't do it is because this is copper lines for the gas fireplace, presumably. And maybe they didn't want to mess around with that. So we would have to take these copper lines out of the way. It's gas. We can't screw around with that. It's going to have to be done by, gas certified tradesperson that knows what they're doing. Get that stuff out of the way. Then we can replace this piece of sill plate right there. We can do something with this band board here, which is horrible. Probably bridge something in, cutting around the previous repair. There's some wire here. It looks like it's probably a speaker wire. Keep that in mind. Okay. I'm still to the left of the fireplace. The bottom of this joist here and the bottom of this joist here and the top of this joist has got a wedge. So these two joists, probably about 8 feet on those. Okay. So I'm gonna say we probably ought to do that one too. So 2, 3, 4. All right, this one here is just okay. All right, here's the problem. This sill plate is supposed to be 2x6, and they put in a 2x4, and the bottom of the joist is gone. So what we thought was okay on the sill plate is not. We've got a 2x4, another 2x4. Lord have mercy. End of that is bad. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 joist pockets. 7 joist pockets that the sill plate is bad. The band board is definitely bad. The joist ends are all bad. So that would be 8 to the left of the chimney. And this one, I don't understand. Oh, it's notched for the bolt, so we'll be okay with that. This is just all terribly rotten. Poking holes right in it. Okay, and now I am at the first foundation vent to the left of the fireplace, and I'm really not finding anything to worry about here. Looks really good. Looks great. Okay. All right. Now, I am near the end of the house, and there is the band board and the sill plate are discolored. Pulling the insulation away. But they are, I'm poking at them. And from what I can tell from here, they're solid. Since this area is not used for a vent, anyway, we maybe want to put a brick in here or block it off with some 2x. Okay. Now I'm moving up and a little closer to the end. There's some white discoloration here. That's on the band board. Okay. Nasty. Okay. Now, from the foundation vent, I'm the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm the 5th joist pocket down from the foundation vent, and poking here. It seems like it's wet, but it doesn't seem like it's rotten in this area here. Poking. Okay, I'm going to move down one joist pocket. Okay. Again, it's got the same condition here. You've got discoloration here, white discoloration here, and this is the sill plate here, and I can just put my screwdriver right into it. So from the foundation vent, 1, 2, 4. Well, we might as well count on doing about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 joist pockets of sill plate, band board, the joist ends are, yeah, that one's bad. There's a joist end there that needs to be done. And up on this end, we don't have anywhere near the electrical or plumbing interference. Same thing here. Just one more. It's just completely gone. Really bad. Okay, and this is where it ends right here. But still, that one is compromised, and then it gets dry. The one that's closest to the foundation vent. There's a bunch of wires laying on the ground. That's not cool. Okay, now I'm at the back left corner of the house. Some moisture there, discoloration. The wood is a little bit soft, but not horrible. Probably this one, just bridge something in. All right, back on the back left corner. Getting interesting here. Okay, so this is the band board on the left side of the house, and you can see it's really discolored, kind of slimy. Actually, when I poke my screwdriver in it, water oozes out, so there's an issue here. not rotten, it's wet. I think what we ought to do is bridge up in here once we determine the source of the water. Go up beside here with another band, because this one is not rotten, it's wet, but you can see when I put my screwdriver in there, water comes out. So there's water coming in that wall somewhere, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, several cinder blocks down where that continues. That condition continues. All right. So now it doesn't seem near as bad right here. Okay, so it stops getting wet right about here. I'm going to guess that there's a window somewhere in this area that's letting water in that wall pocket. So it stops 1, 2, 3, about the 4th cinder block from the back left corner vent. So that'll give us the length. It's probably going to be about 10 feet or so. All right, and now I'm working my way back up towards the front of the house. I'm at the center beam. Don't see any problem here. Working my way to the front of the house. I'm on the front side of the center beam. There's not as much room up here to crawl around on. I just pull the insulation down here, which has been replaced before too, by the way. It's a different color. This is pink and everything else in this area is yellow. All right, so same condition here that exists. It's wet, and I'm just in front of the center beam. It's wet to the touch. There's probably a window there too. Doesn't seem like it's rotten. There's some discoloration. I gotta keep working my way. Same condition here, it's wet. I'm about 5 feet from the front left foundation vent. I'm just seeing that band is just wet. All right, I'm at the foundation vent, front left foundation vent, or side front foundation vent. And I'm seeing the same condition. I'm just seeing it's just horribly wet up in here. Just terribly. Water dripping off of here. Massively wet. So we might as well do, there's very little bit of this side, of the left side of the house, that's not wet. It's just dripping wet. So the plan on this would be to, once the source of the water is determined, then get in here and dry this up. It's probably leaking down inside between the brick and the framing wall. Okay, so the front left joist pocket, band board completely wet, but I can put my screwdriver in it too, so we're going to have to continue that around here. The sill plate looks okay. The joist end is a mess. Okay, so I'm at the third joist pocket. All right, finding the same condition here. Wet. Wow, wet, wet, wet. The joist ends look okay here. Okay, so what we have here, what's really strange, is we have insulation with the vapor barrier, more insulation. So you've got 2 layers of insulation, and you've got a vapor barrier in between it, so that's probably trapping some of the moisture up in this area here. It really looks worse than it actually is, but the joist ends are kind of chewed up a little bit. All right, and let's see, I'm going to skip every other one. Same thing here. Wet to the touch. It's soaking through my gloves. All right. All right. Skipping again. It's the same thing here. Water dripping off of here. You can just running. So now I'm down. I'm over the first foundation vent, and the sill plate is okay, but the band board is not okay. Probably, surprisingly, some of these joist ends are okay. Okay, I'll keep on working my way down. Same condition here. Triple. Some discoloration there. Water there. Okay, these joist ends here, you can see are pretty compromised. There's a hole there. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, I gotta keep working down. All right, and I'm over. I'm next to the second foundation vent, which is probably close to the front porch, and that's just the sill plate is gone. I'm sorry, not the sill plate. The band board is gone. The joist end. And that's the second foundation vent from the front left. Same thing here. Joist end, band board. Same thing here. There's a water pipe here. Joist end. What in the world? Okay, I guess this is at the front porch. So at the front porch, sill plate, band board, joist, totally rotten. Okay, and these joists here are yeah, they're soft even back here. So total joist replacement. Mm. 5 total joist replacement in this area here. I'm still at the front porch. I'm about the center, close to the center of the front porch. It's wet, rotten. All right, joist here. This one is, let's see, two more full. You can see this is just not holding anything up. It's like prior termite damage. All right, it's falling down. All right. All right, and I'm to the left of the, to the right of the front porch now. This joist is bad, and it goes back a ways bad. And this one's bad, so that's 2 more. That's discoloration. I have to be sistering that one. I am between the front porch and the first vent, and the band board I can just poke right through. There is, in this area here, there's HVAC duct work. Joist ends. This one's got a lot of discoloration on it, but it is soaking wet up in here. Same thing here. And I'm at the first foundation to the right of the front porch. I'm working my way down. Same situation here. Okay, now all right, the housemate's a jog, and I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 cinder blocks from the jog, and the bandboard is discolored, but it does not seem soft to me right here. It is wet though. Wet, wet, wet. All right, and I'm down at the jog. It's the same situation here. It's discolored. It's not real soft right here. This joist here, which is at the jog, that whole thing needs to go. All right, and then this looks like it may be a sunken living room or something like that, and there's all kinds of joists in this area that are just bad. And the center beam is gone. That whole center beam. So that is going to be from the jog to the end of the house. Every joist in this area is covered with discoloration and nothing left of it. Okay, and but surprisingly on the front of this section doesn't seem as bad. It's just bad back at the center beam. Okay, and when I get down to where the vent is, the last vent, I'm finding the same condition on the band board. I can just stick my screwdriver in it, and the joist got nothing. They've just lost all of their strength here. You can see dripping water here. Okay. All right, and I'm up in the corner, the front right corner. I'm finding the same condition here too. Wet, wet, wet. You can see the water just dripping right there. Okay. There's a sump of some sort here, kind of standing in it, and this is the front right corner. And wow, just wet, wet. All right. All right, I'm on the right side of the house. I'm about halfway, and I'm seeing no issues in this area. And I'm making my way back to the crawl door, and I'm seeing no issues in this area. Near the well apparatus, there's an electrical splice that needs to be dealt with. Okay, getting back down in the hole. Okay, and that is that. We got electrical panel that should be covered. You got cut electrical wires here. I think they're probably satellite. All right, and that is it.